Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to Wrath of the Lich King Classic and our Blood Elf Mage playthrough. Thank you guys very much for joining me here today in the Ghostlands. We have a couple of things to do. We're going to start off actually by going and picking up our mount. I know, super exciting stuff today, but that is how we are going to have to kick things off. It's been a little while since I've been on the Mage. We had the holiday weekend. If you celebrate those said holidays, that happened, and so I was able to get on a little bit less than normal. Due to having to prioritize family, you know, and real life, and all that good stuff. But yeah, so we're picking things up back here. I meant to get on and do a couple of things, maintenance style, get our mount, and all that kind of stuff, but it didn't happen, so now you guys get to join me for the journey back down to Silvermoon, and we can talk about a few different things. I'm still not getting Bagnon to work properly. Leatrix Plus is working fine. We're automatically vendoring our junk, and we are automatically repairing when possible. So I did some manual inventory management here to kind of keep things cleaned up a little bit. I suppose I should make sure, yeah, no unspent talents this time around. That's good. And I have popped us into the queue for Shadowfang Keep, which, you know, there's not a lot of people on. It is 11:20 in the morning on a Monday, so there is that. I'm the only one of my level in this area, which kind of makes sense. It's not really an area for people of my level. What quest do you have?
Yes.
Spring Gatherers. Okay, so that must be...
We will have justice. Time is of the essence.
Must be a seasonal quest, right? And so, are the Striders over here? Yeah, I think we go back this way. The other question is, oh yes, I did send. I was gonna ask if we had enough gold. I sent some gold over from the lost and forgotten Tauren warrior who found his way into the snowy wastes of Northrend, but never found his way out. It'll always be a mystery. To me as well.
What do you seek? Stay the course.
Victory lies ahead. Farewell.
There we go. That'll make the running around we need to do a little bit easier. So that goes into our pet tab. Yeah. I really want this just to be bound to a key so that I can press it whenever I want. That will do. And yeah, there we go. There is our bluish, teal, greenish chocobo, which we will enjoy. It's going to make this little segment a little quicker. We need to run back and visit our mage trainer, because I don't think I did anything up here that I was supposed to do. I don't think I even came back this way. The good thing is we should have a little bit of rested experience now for when we fight down to kill Darkhan. If we can kill him, we might not be able to kill him. And then if that's the case, I mean, I guess that means the entire episode is a bust, but besides that, it means we'd probably have to go over into Silverpine to get into Hillsbrad. We do have a turn-in the Undercity. Wow, our trainer's all the way in the back. It's okay, we can hearth back to Tranquillion once we train up, so we don't have to run the whole way or fly. I did kind of leave this character at a really awkward point. I ran out of time the last time we played, which I hardly ever let happen, for the record. I hardly ever set myself up to run out of time. But yeah, we ran out of time, and we couldn't wrap up Darkhan and the lieutenants, so we had a little bit of trouble finding a couple of the lieutenants, from what I recall. And that just, it ate up the little bit of time that I had. So because of that, instead of leaving us ready to go into Hillsbrad, I've left us in kind of a strange limbo-y situation here. And now we can claw our way out of it. Portal trainer. Should be able to get a portal to Silvermoon. That's so amazing. Oh my gosh. Ah, yeah, the portal. So now I need to, I gotta get a portal bar going.
Keep your wits about you.
It's gonna be arcane, right? There we go. We need Rune of Teleportation. Nobody here wants to sell us that, obviously. That'd be too easy.
We will persevere.
Ooh, we got lots of stuff to learn. Amplify Magic, rank 1. Blink. Conjure Water 3, much needed. Evocation is going to be amazing to keep us going from pull to pull. Every, what is this? 4-minute cooldown. You gain 60% of your total mana over 8 seconds. Mana Shield, ready to be a mage tank. Absorbs 120 damage, draining mana instead. Drains 1.5 mana per damage absorbed. Lasts for 1 minute. And then Polymorph rank 2, we got Fire Ward, which is going to be an instant cast. Absorbs 165 fire damage. So if we're taking on casters, we know they're going to hit us with a fireball. We pop that right before the pull. And Blizzard, which is our AoE. Ice Shards pellet the target area, doing 288 frost damage over 8 seconds. We have to channel that. Another rank of Frost Armor, and another rank of Frostbolt.
We will have justice.
That is a lot of stuff. Let's sort through it here. So this, we want to be able to kind of pop this pretty easily. What do I want to do here? We just need to free up some space, and I have a lot of abilities that I feel like we just kind of need to use. Let's go with that for now. We got Fire Ward. I'll put it down here as a clickable. Blizzard, I don't think we're going to use a lot of Blizzard until maybe we're doing AoE pulls in dungeons, I suppose. We would then use Blizzard, so I'm gonna move Blizzard off here for a while. Just because I'm kind of really limited for easily pressed buttons at the moment. We'll need to figure that out soonish. And yeah, I think I got everything. Polymorph rank 2. And Evocation. Which I have no space for whatsoever. I remember on the Mage, it was like the one class that made me think I needed a side action bar over here. I could do a couple of things differently. I could put the creation of food down here. You know, I could even put our buffs and debuffs down here. That would free up some space. Whoops. Yeah, that's okay. And then back over here. Could do this. It's a little bit cleaner. Whoops. $835, and that, so now we're making level 15 water, which is good. Let's go ahead and put that here. Okay, with all that done, you know, blink, we don't have a spot for blink that I can easily press. You know, this is gonna have to come up. That's gonna have to go here. There we go. Okay, now we might be good. Alright, let's try to remember we can mount up so that we're not just running around. And let's go get Darkhan. I hope. Fingers crossed, I think we should be able to do it. Even if it takes a couple of attempts. Let's see if there's anybody around who's at our level. Only a handful of people. Yeah, see, I got used to leveling in the vanilla era. There's so many people on all the time. Not really the same thing for Wrath of the Lich King, you know, just because, you know, the game happens at endgame. By the time you're in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion, the predominant mentality is that the game happens at endgame. So once you level your main and your alt, there's not really a reason to keep leveling stuff. Which is fair enough. If that's what you like to do. You know, I think that, we could just go to the Sanctum of the Sun on the way back. Because I don't think it's going to chain into anything else. You know, I would say we have to fight our way in, but we really don't. If we get into a bad spot where we get dismounted, we can Frost Nova, we can Mana Shield, we can blink away. So we can just kind of do this for a second, and oh, well, you know, that wasn't very great. Okay, well, the curses are bad. The curses are very bad. Let's try to drop some of this stuff right up here. Yeah, we're clear now. Let's go ahead and eat until the curse is off of us. And from here we might have to fight our way in a little bit more strategically. This looks like it's going to be a 2-pull. I don't think we can sheep this, can we? Invalid target, yeah. That's kind of what I thought. Well, that was the wrong button to press because that took forever to cast and did very little damage in the end. Would have been a good time for a Shield of Mana. Now, we saw this guy path out. The only question is, where did he come from? Okay, yeah, that's a 2-pull, but we can sheep one of them. Don't go out of line of sight, please. She's very confused and doesn't seem to know what to do. That happens to casters sometimes. Sometimes they sit there and they stare at you. Alright, yeah, this is the hard part because I don't know that we could pull any of this. Oh, he's an elite. You know, we need to have that item equipped, don't we? That will allow us to use that on him. The question I have is, can I pull these guys without pulling him? Because I kind of need to be able to do that. I need to find my weapon as well. Where did my weapon go? Okay, well that's not exactly what you like. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not ready to deal with this, I guess. Probably should have put this one off until we were a higher level, I suppose. Maybe we can get a heal in here. If I can find the right button. Let's freeze her there for a minute while we just kind of oh, great. Okay, this is kind of the help we need right about now as we're doing very poorly with our lives. Perfect. Sure. Okay, let's pull this over here for when we need it. Well, that was great. That was a lot of fun. Is this a 3-player quest, maybe? Maybe that's why we failed. We probably failed because I am not good at the Mage right now, because I haven't played the Mage in several days. Or because of any number of tactical mistakes that I made there. Pulling the additional guy was bad. Maybe we'll get back and all the shit in the room won't be up, and we'll just be able to pull him. That would make it a little bit easier if we can get there quick enough, which, no, probably not with the way the respawn rate has been recently. We'll see. I also realized that getting into a group takes us out of the looking for dungeon group queue, which, you know, that stinks. Not that it matters anyway, because even though there's enough people in the queue to form a group, because we don't have an automated tool, and because nobody really wants to put in the effort of putting a group together, people just sit in the queue. They just sit in the queue. You know, there's a healer, a tank, 3 DPS, and nobody starts a group. Nobody wants to look for that last group member. Nobody wants to deal with that shit anymore. I think in Wrath, when people want to do dungeons, they just want to do a dungeon quick, you know? If you want to do that long form stuff where, you know, the communication really matters, where you don't have the modern tools, then there's Classic Era for you. And Classic Era is booming right now, so you can't even say, well, there's no one plays Classic Era. I couldn't find a group. I want my Wrath experience to be Classic. No one's leveling up in Wrath, so having a looking for dungeon tool, and here's the thing, like, I don't even need it to be for heroics. It should be for leveling dungeons. Let me automatically group across server for leveling dungeons, for Pete's sake, so that people can do the gosh darn leveling dungeons. There are people who like to level just by doing dungeons. You let them do that in Wrath, and you'll have more people playing. You'll have more people leveling characters. You'll have more monthly active users. Blizzard, I'm not going into my body until I'm where I'm needing to be to get my body. Okay. The good news is I think he's alone this time. The bad news is my item is on cooldown for apparently 6 more minutes and 35 seconds. Don't know if our buddy used his item or knows about the item or anything. But I do know that I need to re-equip my staff so that I have all my stats back. And we're just going to have to deal with it. It's just him, so yeah, here we go. He must have let loose with the fear. I think we have an ad up there. I'm gonna focus on getting Darkonda. I hope he line of sights that guy. Okay, he line of sighted him. We got the head, so that's good. We'll confuse this caster for a minute. And there we go. Oh man, he's got heirlooms on too. Man, he's probably like putting out a ton of damage. So I'm actually really surprised we failed the first time. It was definitely my fault. Because this guy's decked out. Alright, let's head up to the Sanctum of the Sun. Actually, they both turn in at the Sanctum of the Sun, so yeah, that's the place that we are going. And then we need to get ourselves over to Undercity. I don't think the staff is going to be an improvement over the one we were gifted because of the enchant and the spell power and how awesome it is. So there's that. But it's nice to get the quest done. We didn't get Knuckle Rot and Luzron, but I'm not too broken up about it. Oh, we have Farstrider quest to turn in. Didn't really realize that till I looked over here. So we'll want to be doing that as well. Yeah, man, I'm sorry guys. I really left this character. I got this character to a weird place leveling wise, and just kind of stranded her there for a few days, and now you have to watch me kind of pick up the pieces and get back on an actual discernible track. I apologize for that. And my buffs are gone. Even worse. Let's do this.
We will persevere. The reckoning is at hand.
It is done then. Has Darkhan been destroyed?
Salama Ashalanore.
Today you've dealt a deadly blow to the Scourge's grasp on this region. It's not better. it's the one we're gonna take to sell though.
We will have justice. Remember the Sunwell.
This is the beginning of a new chapter in the history of our race, Rambles, and our land will be reclaimed and we shall cement our bond with Sylvanas and her allies. Take the trader's head to Regent Lord Lorthamar in Silvermoon City. He'll be eager to hear the news.
Salama Ashalanore.
Glory to the Sindorai. Farewell.
Excellent job, Rambles. Without your help, those prisoners would have lost their minds and souls to the Scourge.
Time is of the essence.
State your business.
Darkhan's armies will soon fall. The Scourge shall not stand a chance against the combined might of the Sindorai and the Forsaken. This wand is so awful compared to the one we have. We'll take it to sell it.
Farewell.
And we did hit level 21 there. Can't jump from there. And we need to head over to the northeast. Do I have a way out back here? I believe I do. Let's see, what do we want to go into next? We could do increased range by 3 and then 6 yards. Damaging spells have a 4% chance to cause the next fire blast. You cast a stun, I don't need that. Burning Soul reduces pushback. Okay. Of those 3, only the increased range really appeals to me. If we take that, then I stop using Frostbolt entirely. That could be nice. It could be nice to not have to cast Frostbolt. We could be 6 more yards back. Let's try this. Let's give it a shot. Let's put Frostbolt up there in case we do for some reason need it, but let's go like this. That opens up possibilities for us that we didn't have before, including a keybind. A keybind that, yeah, we'll just do that for now. Alright, yeah, that works. So how far off now can we appear to be? Quite a ways. Obviously you pull them when they're walking towards you and they're gonna get closer to you. There we go. We still have the option. So if we're pulling at short range, we'll Frostbolt. If we're pulling, if we can get at our long range, then we will Fireball to the max. We'll actually probably try to open with Pyroblast. You know, what I didn't do, guys, what I've already forgotten about, is I forgot that we had a mount. I know, it's crazy. How many people were yelling at your screens saying mount, mount, mount up, you have a mount, mount up, shut up and mount up, mount up. How many people were feeling like that?
Yes. Hold your head
You've
high.
taken your task seriously, and thus I'd like to present you with a suitable reward. We need more allies with your courage and determination. It's not bad, but I think I'm just gonna keep the 2 extra intellect and not worry about the stamina.
Remember the Sunwell.
Okay, with that being done, I think we need to head to Silvermoon City now. Unfortunately, my Hearthstone is up, so we are running it over to Tranquil Inn to get on a flight. This time I will stay on the mount the whole way, so it can just be as fast as possible. That's our enchanting's at 109 out of 160. Tailoring is at 116. From everything I've now learned in vanilla about fishing and cooking and how they interact. I know it was a big mistake not to take fishing. Because there are lots of recipes that we can find and buy that will let us cook the fish that we fish up and propel our cooking and fishing simultaneously. I just don't know if I have time in my life to fish on 3 characters. That's kind of the point I'm at. Let's hit up a vendor and just make sure that we've sold all of our junk.
I'm listening.
We could DE some of this stuff.
Trust no one. Beware the living.
Anu Belore de la Na. The reckoning is at hand. Baladash, Malanore.
You seek an audience with me, Mage? I do not recall hearing of an appointment.
Death to all who oppose us.
Now, that's one face I was not expecting to see so soon. This is quite good news, Rambles, in more ways than you can imagine.
Remember the Sunwell.
There were doubts about our capabilities among our potential new allies. Of what use could we be to them when perceived as unable to deal with our own problems at home? This changes everything. No longer will our power be questioned. We'll be able to join the Horde as equals. Take this letter to Sylvanas, ruler of the Forsaken. She's already on our side, but the news of Darkon's death will be music to her ears. Prepare for a long trip, Rambles. If all goes well, she will send you to Orgrimmar.
Farewell.
When does Lorthamar lose his eye? Or is this character model just not accurate?
Our enemies will fall.
And I think we just teleport back there, right? We go back here, we can get the teleporter. I have not stepped foot into the Undercity in a while, have I? Yeah, have we come here on this character? I can't remember. We play too many characters. Every time I come to the Undercity, I just think about the elevator. And the priest. And the pain. We can mount up here too, did you guys know that? We might actually fit through all the doorways. Maybe. We have a Ragefire Chasm quest to turn in here as well that we've been holding on to, so it's a good time to be here before we lose experience for that one. The Book of is an SFK quest.
Better be good.
What level do you guys think this character will make it to before Blizzard puts out another Joyous Journeys buff? They've got to be thinking soon since Ulduar has been going on for a while. Like, how do we boost a little bit of interest before we release the next raid tier?
Mukra! Strength! Victory!
4 int. So we gain an int here. That's good.
For the Horde!
Take those. And we will disenchant these.
Glory to the Sindora.
Report to Terran Mill. Ah, good to see you here, Mage. I have a task that you are perfectly suited to. As a new member of the Horde, we need to make sure that we support their efforts and help them with their problems. That way they'll be more receptive to helping us with ours. Travel to the Forsaken Town Terran Mill in the Hillsbrad foothills to the southeast. Check in with Advisor Dusking Dawn when you arrive.
Keep your wits about you.
What are we if not slaves to this torment?
Speak quickly, I don't have time to waste on idle chatter. The Forsaken have become a force to be reckoned with, but there is still much to do in a given day. The city doesn't run itself. What do you want?
We are the Forsaken. We will slaughter anyone who
let's
stands
do
in our way.
Envoy to the Horde.
What joy is there in this
A visitor from
curse?
Quel'The Lost. What news do you
I
bring?
have no time for games.
It is done then. The foul traitor got what he deserved. You did this yourself? An impressive feat that proves that your race remains worthy, Rambles. I see that Lorthamar has additional news that will greatly improve his relations with Thrall.
What joy is there in this curse?
I haven't lost any love for my homeland or its people, as you know. I fought tooth and nail for Silvermoon to be allowed a place beside Undercity and Orgrimmar at the negotiating table. This should silence any opposition. Take this letter to Thrall in Orgrimmar. As leader of the Horde, he will have the final say on accepting your race's pledge. I've added my own seal to the letter as a personal endorsement.
I have no time for games.
What is that you have there in your hand? That necklace looks somehow familiar. Give it here.
We are the Forsaken.
Sylvanas takes the necklace from your
We will slaughter
grasp.
anyone who stands in our way.
It can't be. After all this time, I thought it was lost forever. After a lingering moment, the lady seems to become aware once again of her surroundings, composing herself. You thought this would amuse me? Do you think I long for a time before I was Queen of the Forsaken? Like you, it means nothing to me, and Ilaria Windrunner is a long-dead memory. She drops the amulet to the ground. You may now remove yourself from my presence, Mage. Is this changed? Is the dialogue for this quest different than it was in vanilla? I just don't remember her mentioning Ilaria. And then the spirits... Are the spirits gonna come out?
What are we if not slaves to this torment?
What
We
is-
are the
what did
Forsaken.
she cast on herself?
We will slaughter
Oh, here we
anyone
go.
who
Yeah,
stands
Lament of
in
the
our
Highborn.
way.
Is she gonna have another quest for us? That is the delivery to the sepulcher. That is not coming from her. Could be a low-level quest. Who would have it?
Anaria Shola, the reckoning is at hand.
We'll have to grab the flight point there anyway, so we might as well grab it. We'll do the breadcrumb to Thrall at some point. but not right now. We'll probably have to do a little bit of questing in Kalimdor, I suppose. I don't know, being level 21 and going into Hillsbrad and not being able to get into any dungeon runs yet, I don't know if we're going to be able to go right from Hillsbrad into like the Alterac Mountains and the Arathi Highlands, or if we're going to need to get some levels somewhere else. So we'll have to kind of feel that out as we go. If we could start getting into some dungeon runs, then we could probably make up some of the lost experience, and then getting the dungeon quest done would be a great boon as well. Yeah, nobody right now for either BFD or SFK, and that's why we need the automated looking for dungeon cross-realm grouping tool. At least for the leveling dungeons. If they don't do it for the current content, that is absolutely fine and makes sense, because that's where the majority of the player base is hanging out. They're all at max level hanging out. So it's probably pretty easy just to reach out in looking for group and pull a group together quickly for whatever you might want to do. While you're leveling up, that is not the case. Granted, now, in a world where heirloom gear exists, they have basically crossed out an entire reason for people to do dungeons. So now, instead of getting experience, quest, and gear, now you're just getting experience and the quest experience. You're not getting gear anymore because your main slots are basically covered. You can get some gear, but you know what I mean? Like the big impetus to get the big pieces of gear, the weapons, chest pieces, trinkets and stuff. All that stuff is gone while leveling if you have heirlooms. And most people who like play a lot of alts at this point, they have max level characters who farm dungeons and have tons of badge gear, and they've got a guild, they've got all their heirlooms they can get. And so they don't do dungeon runs while they level up, because they're also leveling up a lot faster than us because of the heirlooms. I think you can get up to what, is it 30% total buff between the pieces that give experience buff? The cape, the helm. Maybe I'm missing one. I don't... Do they all give XP? I thought only a couple of pieces of them gave experience. And that it was like either a 30 or 40% increase. Once you had all the pieces you could. I don't have any plans to level any more Wrath of the Lich King characters after this character, but if we do future leveling campaigns, like if we're leveling anything in Cataclysm just to see class changes or anything like that, then yeah, we're going to use heirlooms. We're going to have heirlooms by then. You know, like...
What is it?
I don't need to do any of these quests, but... the Deathstalkers and Shadowfang quest we could grab. This guy over here has Ergol Must Die. We'll grab that in the hopes of one day doing it.
What now? Goodbye.
We'll turn in the breadcrumb. And we'll grab the other... We'll grab the Journey to Hillsbrad. Foothills breadcrumb as well.
Speak quickly.
Glory to the Sindori. Hold your head high.
Speak quickly. Beware. Our enemy
Okay,
is
that's
bound.
all we need from here. We grabbed the flight point. Grab the SFK quest. So now we have all three of those.
I am forsaken.
Be silent and pay attention, Mage. I was sent to this position in order to survey the town of Hillsbrad. My mission is one of reconnaissance. It is imperative that you send word to High Executor Darthalia in Terran Mill at once. Let her know that I, Deathstalker Lich, send the following message. The raven's cry from the west doth beckon.
Goodbye.
I always thought it would be cool if we did like a couple of reconnaissance quests for her to like figure that out. Like maybe we sneak in and steal some documents or something of that nature. Maybe escort an NPC to do that kind of stuff and we're like hanging out in stealth trying to avoid people. That would be cool as something to do like when you first get into the zone. Maybe clear the wildlife and spiders from around the tower so they can like continue to build up their presence and then move on to Terran Mill. That'd be neat. Oh, I'm talking about... It's funny because then like I'm sure something like that happened in the Cataclysm changes that I just don't remember. It is looking really pretty in Hillsbrad Foothills today. It's going to be a nice visual change of pace from the Ghostlands. We did spend a lot of time, it felt like, staring at the Ghostlands. Typically we zone hop, and this time we didn't. Even when you zone hop on the Blood Elf, you go from like Silverpine to the Ghostlands, which are both kind of dark and dreary woodlands, foresty areas. Hillsbrad is a little bit brighter. It's still a little, it's got that little bit of lingering gloom, but it's kind of autumnal, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Okay, let's turn in the breadcrumbs and then we'll set our hearthstone.
Anu Belore Delanar.
Salama Ashalanore.
What now? Embrace the shadow.
Alright, we will grab all of the quests next time, guys. I am going to take a break here. It seems like a good place for it, so we'll park at the inn. And I'm going to set the Hearthstone here before I log out, so I don't forget to do that. And next time we will kick things off here in Hillsbrad. We all know the score here. We're going to be slaying lots of humans down in the village, so that is coming next time. We'll probably go out the Death Home first and take care of the stuff out that way. But yeah, I'm still having a great time on the Mage class. Hope to be a little bit more consistent now that the holiday is over. Thank you guys for being here for it. I really do appreciate you. If you are enjoying the content and you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. That would help me out a lot. Thanks those that do. Until next time, guys, take care of yourselves in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.